Child, it's the battle of the beige. Let's get into it because whoo, when I tell you God don't like ugly, okay, he don't. And let's get into it. But before we get into it, please be sure to hit that like button right now, leave a comment, all that, subscribe, watch the full video because you gonna want to hear this. Now Latto has been accused for allegedly sneak dissing Nicki and Ice Spice on her freestyle that she came up with on Friday. Okay, yeah, it was like the Smoking on My X-Pac remix, or I wouldn't even say remix. It probably was just like she just did a freestyle on it. I mean, I thought it was cute or whatever. The beat, whoever wrote it was a good writer in that. Oops, child, let me. Anyway, a lot of people think that she was dissing Ice Spice because she made these two lines where she said, "Stop comparing me to trends," and the "It's giving coke" line, because we all know that's the line that they use for dissing Nicki. Like, I've heard that term, "It's giving coke," every time Nicki responds to something, or she'll do like Queen Radio, whatever the case is. Like, that's definitely a term that was coined towards her, unfortunately. Now, the "stop comparing me to trends," that could be either way. I mean, I don't know if it completely talk about. I mean, I wouldn't rule it out. I do know that there's some type of tension between these two, Latto and Ice Spice. They unfollowed each other. There's just a lot of other stuff. Like, Ice Spice said something that triggered her to actually unfollow her. The part where I'm about to say God don't like ugly is the fact that the Wireless Fest, they just dropped their lineup, right? And it showed that Ice Spice will be taking the main stage while Latto will be in another stage. And, I don't know where it's going to be at, but it's not the main stage. Like, and I said this, I mentioned this on the podcast. Check that out, by the way. But, like, it don't make any sense how Ice Spice literally is like, she's just coming up in here doing her thing, and these seasoned artists are not getting main stage attention, like, but she is. Like, I don't know what's going on, but Ice Spice, look, Ice Spice she is trailblazing right now, and I'm here for it, and it could be that Latto is feeling some type of way, child. It definitely, I mean, I think to the thing that she said about Nicki, like the whole it's still giving coke, like, it's just like, I don't get why that's such a, like, it's so unprovoked, because Nicki has not been making any type of, she hasn't been saying anything, actually. She's been on her hiatus. And the fact that you're still, like, trying to use this little beef this one-sided beef that you have with her, I mean, I guess to get her attention to respond, but she's not responding, and you doing what you're doing with Ice Spice and making that little line, she's not clearly responding to you. I don't know. I just don't know Latto's angle at this point. I mean, I get it. Like, you've been around for a minute. You got your Grammy nominations, and things is looking bright for you, honey. But it's just, I mean, what was the reason? I guess it was for this. It was for everyone to talk about it and to speculate whether or not she was talking about Ice Spice or Nicki or whatever. But, like, is it worth it? I do know that the girlies are really choosing Ice Spice over anything right now, because when you look at her numbers, as far as, and I'm not talking about the numbers of the EP, because somebody, I think DJ Academics, tried to, like, shade Ice Spice on her opening numbers, which was like around 14K. Still higher than a lot of these new girls, other than like Meg Thee Stallion. Like, people are literally getting 2K, 10K, 9K. And that's only, and mind you, let's be clear, what Ice Spice dropped was a EP. There's a difference between an EP and an album, okay? An EP is not pushed as much, and it's also less songs. She had like 6 songs on there. So of course it's not going to be like amazing. It's not going to be like 100K or something like that, but like, it's definitely better than most. Miss Latto. Ooh, anyway. But yeah, like, as far as her YouTube numbers, like her views, it's like almost at like 1 million right now, while, that little freestyle the Latto drop was like, it's over at 200K, child. But, hey, I ain't trying to be shady, but look, at the end of the day, Ice Spice is really eating these girls. And I could see where Latto was probably trying to get in the verses, not in the verses, but like get at Latto or Ice Spice so that they can get into it and to be on the shade room. Everybody's talking about it. Like it's very possible. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments. Oh, but one thing before I do go, speaking since we're on the realm of Nicki has been responding to people's comments for I think it was like under the Chun-Li video, and she basically told the fans to just like hold out and wait for me, something's coming, and I'm just like, oh my god, like we getting some content, we getting some content this year, child. Please let me know, okay? Because I don't know, nobody's really doing it except for like Ice Spice and a couple of others like Lola Brooke. She's definitely I'm vibing with her music. But anybody else, child, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it for these girls. I'm gonna be honest. But tell me what you think in the comments.